It's crunch time. Also, yes, we're both here.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Hey,
Thomas.
I got something really exciting. As you know, we have now retired the Heart of the Wild shirt, which means that today we're switching over to a brand new design, the next design in our artist series set. Are you ready? You excited? Check this out. This is the Your Mom shirt, designed by Passerby. I am super excited to launch this today. We have the design available on a variety of different shirts and also mug. We also have a variant that doesn't have the text, in case folks just want the design of
The illustration.
the illustration of Lonk losing his mind. So those are available right now on StephenShop.com. However, yeah, hold on. However, but wait, there's more. We had been planning to launch some other products along with this shirt. We were going to be launching mugs for Team Tea and Team Coffee. But because Hot Chocolate was able to take the lead last week before we discontinued it, since it's a seasonal drink, we are also, for a limited time, adding hot chocolate mugs to the store. So the hot chocolate mug is also available, in addition to the tea and coffee mug. So there are 5 new things on StephenShop.com this morning. Yeah. So enjoy. This shirt will be available for 2 months, for March and April. The hot chocolate mug will be available till the end of March, so just 1 month. And then the tea and the coffee mugs will be a permanent addition to the store, since they're always going to be the mainstays.
Chaz asked if you wanted the images shown.
Yeah, you can show them on screen. I don't have... I usually have a sample of all of the things, but I don't have a sample. So these are the mugs. On the back is the Breakfast Stream logo. So on the front side is the coffee and the tea leaf, just like on screen. And then on the back side is the Breakfast Stream logo. So, yeah. It's cute.
It's cute.
It's really cute. Folks will fight us over hot chocolate being seasonal. Listen. There has to be seasonal drinks, because if we kept adding drinks, the entire side of the screen would be filled up with drinks. There can't be that many drinks. So we've decided on tea and coffee being the mainstays. There was no plans to add a hot chocolate mug. That was not the plan. I was like, well, we'll do, coffee and tea. And then after last week we were talking about it, I was like, well, if chat can get hot chocolate in the lead, I said I'll add a mug. And then you did. And it was actually kind of surprising, because it was behind by, I think, almost like 2,000 or something. It was ridiculous. And then in the span of 1 week, it jumped a jillion points. Anyway, congrats everybody. Anyway, morning, by the way. I don't know if you've heard this, but it's March. It's March now. And that's exciting. It's the month of spring. I know some of you, depending on where you live, have seen no evidence of spring. We, however, have in the past, 3 days. We haven't run in the past.
The next week is supposed to be back in the 50s.
Well,
after the storm yesterday.
In the past 3 days, we haven't turned on the heat at all. We've had the heat going for, months. And then all of a sudden, just It's like, oh, it's... Nope, now it's hot. So, now we have the AC on. Yeah, yesterday we had a really weird, like, 30-minute period.
Mm-hmm.
There's a period yesterday of, like, there's a period yesterday for, like, 30 minutes where we had 40-mile-per-hour gusts. And that was odd. That was... All of a sudden, it was like, man, it's windy. Oh, that's even more windy. Wait, why is it so windy? There's just a huge gust, and apparently that's going to cause it to be...
Ushering cold weather again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, anyway. It'll be a little cold, but, I mean, it's the month of spring.
That windstorm that came through a month ago, Spectrum was in our neighborhood installing fiber cables.
Oh, this is good.
And a month ago, they installed a green thing in our yard. They left the cap off next to it, and it had been that way for a month. And we're like, well, we don't have Spectrum. We don't rely on them to provide our internet, so it's not really a problem. From the tower that they put in our yard, one line went to our neighbor's house, which they finished installing. One line went to our house, which they just coiled up and hung on the box for our other internet.
Sorry,
on the side of the house.
I forgot to tweet.
Anyway, when picked up, it took the tower, and I found out later what happened, but after the wind happened, I went and looked, and it was gone. And I was like, well, I should maybe call and at least let Spectrum know. So I went outside to kind of look around the yard, and I called Spectrum, and I had to go through a few different phone numbers to finally get to whoever I needed to. And I told the guy what happened. He's like, well, it's showing you can sign up for a service. It should be fine. And I was like, you don't understand. I was like, the cover outside in our yard that you put in a month ago is gone. He goes, okay. And then it was 8 minutes of silence. No typing, no talking. He was like, hold on. He didn't put me on hold. I don't know what he did for 8 minutes, but it was silent. And he was on the line with me still. And the neighbor came out, whose line it's actually installed to. And, the neighbor's like, this hit my yard when the wind picked up. Or my house when the wind picked up. He brought it out from his garage. And he's like... I was like, I'm on the phone with them right now, telling them what happened. I was like, thanks for, finding it. Otherwise, they would have had to find a new one. And after I finished explaining to the neighbor what happened, I told the guy on the phone, I was like, I'm sorry, my neighbor has the cover. He just walked out. And he goes, that's fine. So he was there. It's not like he left.
Mm-hmm.
He just sat there in silence. And then, like, a few minutes later, he was like, okay. So I'm going to put in a work order. I was like, okay. And then it was like another 8 minutes of silence. It was the weirdest thing. Like, what was he doing? I had to explain what happened just to this one guy, like, 3 times.
Sorry. It has made our yard look weird.
Yeah.
So, Renee asked if it was the same neighbor that threw the balls. No. The neighbor that threw the balls lives down the street somewhere. We don't actually know who it is specifically, but based on the scattering of the balls in the yard, there's actually a few houses down. Like, the balls really traveled. But we never found, we don't know who it is. It's fine. But yeah, the little cover has been gone off of that thing for like a month. And I was just like, is this a problem? Like, is it okay? Because it's exposed to the elements, and I'm like, is that alright? There's like wires and stuff out of it. I don't know. Oh, by the way.
They're sending someone today to secure the cover, but I don't think they're going to finish installing the cable to our house.
I mean, we don't need it. We don't use Spectrum, so it's fine. Mom made banana bread. It's delicious. It is delicious and moist. And after I eat another few bites, I'll serve you. I also had a dream.
I had a dream that we had an alligator.
Can't pet that dog. I don't know if they've seen that. There's... What is it? Was it a TikTok or just like a video? There's a video I saw that Mal showed me. And it's just of this
baby gator.
Baby alligator. And it's a woman and her daughter. I'm not sure exactly where they live, but there is a twang. And when the video starts, it's showing the gator, and the little girl goes, "Can't pet that dog!" And the mom's like, "No, you can't pet that dog." And she goes, "Can't pet that dog!"
It's on their back porch. Like, they're looking through their back door, like their sliding glass door, and the gator, it's just a little baby gator, and it's sitting there with its mouth open, just looking.
I mean, there's a lot of videos on the internet, but I'm willing to say that this might be one of the best ones. It's just really good. Because the girl just keeps asking. Like, in the same video, she has like 6 times.
The first time she asks, I didn't understand her when I was watching it the first time.
Oh, I did. I bet that dog! God, so great. Oh, it's funny because the whole time, it's very obviously an alligator. And it has its mouth open, and it does not look like a dog. I mean, I guess to a small child that's not familiar with the world of dogs or the world of gators. But man, it's very good. Please,
Can't pet that dog.
in your own time, look up this video. It's like 10 seconds long. It's worth your time. That's true. Anne says at a certain age, all animals are dogs. That's true.
And at no point does the mother try to correct the daughter.
Yeah, that's the funniest part. It's never, that's not a dog. It's just, no, you can't pet the dog.
I think she told him he's sleeping at some point. He's sleeping.
Not sure. Anyway. That's great. That's great. Alright, let's read a few of these and then I'll tell you about my dream, because my dream was insane. Like, it was bona fide what happened. We got 14 months from Ravendirk. It says, hey everyone, can I get some good vibes? Grad school just denied me after promising the doctor would give me a call to talk to me about the decision a week before decisions were posted. Yeah, good vibes. Let's send some good vibes your way, Ravendirk. 3 bits from Shy. It says, as we travel deeper into the cosmos, we will continue to ask, why is Patty so bad at video games? Some answers we may never get, but we will continue to explore all the possibilities. I've always wondered why Patrick's so bad at video games. I think that to myself every day. It's something that I wake up with. Patrick witnessing this. Hey dude, what? That's mean. We got a sub from Jaffe and Friends. So welcome. We got... Oh, this is heavy. This is very heavy. I'm going to share this, but I'm going to give a warning that this is extremely heavy. We have 10-month resub from Phoenix Uzo. It says, hey Stephen and Mal, last month I told you guys my whole family had got COVID and my mom had got admitted to the hospital. Sad times ahead. My mom passed away a week after I sent that. Me and my whole family are just very slowly getting better. I am so sorry to hear that. That is rough to a level that I cannot even claim to have experienced. Throughout this whole thing, you know, we've talked to so many people that have dealt with the illness, and this is obviously the worst possible outcome. And the only thing I can say is I am so sorry. That is terrible news. My heart hurts for you, and you know, you've got a lot of people behind you wishing you well and sending you good luck and good vibes for everything, but that is extremely rough. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. You have to forgive my lack of eloquent words, but it's bad because you've got, you know, as we continue to go through this pandemic, you've still got a situation where, like, you don't know exactly how it's, you know, what's going to happen. You don't know exactly how it's going to affect you or family members. I think that's the scariest part of everything. Mm-hmm. Is that, you know, oh, if you're young and healthy, you'll be fine. But, you know, even then, you've got, if you have unknown underlying health conditions or anything like that, you're not sure. Let me just wish everyone well and continued safety, and continue to be, you know, as careful as you can. And even at a certain point, like it is out of your hands, you know. Yeah. Sorry again. We're gonna attempt to move on after that. I know that's hard. That's a rough thing to move on from. We're gonna keep reading some stuff. We got 26 months from Calm Cody. Cody, thank you. And 6 months from Papple Potato. Says, howdy, grandparents. Just want to say thanks for all the great content. Wow, 6 months is a long time. It is. It is. It has been a sizable amount of time. 27 months from Cosmic Surf. Appreciate it. 26 from Shaman. Says, happy to say that the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes were everything I wanted. I'm a fan of the art style personally. Can definitely recommend the remakes to experience Sinnoh. We were talking a little bit about this last week. And there's a few people I've seen online that they're not a huge fan of the art style, which is fair. Mm-hmm. This is fair. Everyone's allowed to have, you know, their opinions on things. But I'm just happy that it exists because different people grew up with different games. And especially when you have a series like Pokemon that is so long, it's been going on for... I can say it's been going on for decades. Oof, that's big. Pokemon's been going on for decades. You know, so if Sinnoh, if Diamond and Pearl were the games that you grew up with, I'm super excited that there's a remake finally. Have they did, oh god, yeah, Armored Frog says a quarter century. That's even, they've remade every game, right? Like in order. I'm not super, I don't always super pay attention to Pokemon, but they have, right? Because they remade, yeah. Except the GameCube. Okay, I'm just talking about the mainline series, Red, Blue. Yeah, okay. So the next game... Is the next game after Diamond and Pearl, was that Black and White? I'm not entirely sure.
It's okay, Cappy.
Yes, okay. Honestly, a lot of my knowledge of Pokemon comes from Emil. Like, having to design... like his bio screens and his logos and stuff over the years, that's how I've actually become familiar with Pokemon. Because I kind of got off the Pokemon train. Diamond and Pearl were the last games I bought at launch. So, and I don't remember them very well. Because I just played through, I didn't catch them all, I just played through them. And I don't, it's been a long time and I don't recall them very well. Well, they didn't do Crystal and Emerald, but they're really like taking elements from those things and putting them into the other games, right? Like it's just they didn't want to re-release 3 games because Platinum and Emerald, those are like the definitive versions of the other games, right? For the most part. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to create. I mean, I guess you could argue that it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to make 2. They could have just made 1. Nintendo's probably just banking on the fact that there will be some people that buy both games.
I tucked Kepi in because he was cold.
That's beautiful. Also, shout out to everyone that has bought 2 Pokemon games in the same series at some point. Because that was me as a kid. When Pokemon Red and Blue came out, we went to Target. It was a Sunday morning. We went to a Target and I bought both. And when Gold and Silver came out, I also bought Yellow. You had to buy Yellow.
It had Pikachu.
Man, kids don't understand.
My cousin had
had
Yellow.
to buy
and I got
Yellow.
to play the beginning of it.
You had to buy Yellow. The other ones, But Pikachu followed you around. It was revolutionary. It was the first gym was very hard. It's very hard.
Coffee.
Interesting. The dude was talking about there's still some things missing. Well, I don't know. They have their reasons. They decided to do 2 instead of 3.
Trademark said that they have a brother, and so they would get one and the brother would get the other.
It's a really good. That's a good way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good way of doing it. Or if you had a friend, I bought both of them when I was a kid, and I let Austin borrow Blue, so I played Red and he played Blue. But they were both my games, and then at some point I got Blue back. I'm pretty sure the batteries on those games are still alive. I'm almost positive. The only problem is that Red got written over at some point because my cousin did not value the effort and time I put into a video game. It's fine. We've talked since then. Like twice. 25 months
They do not live close by.
25 months from Zaraka. It's this 25-month hype. I think car insurance rate go down when you're 25. Anyway, happy new merch day, y'all.
You can rent a rental car.
Well, you can rent a rental car before that, but there's a fee.
Sometimes they let you, sometimes they don't.
There are companies that just straight up won't let you.
I think so.
I would have assumed that they would have been like, the money, yes. Give us the money. Yeah, that's the most exciting thing about turning 25. I mean, at 25 months, I don't know that they'll let a 25-month-old rent a car, but they might. It's an extra fee.
That's how much it is? Oh my gosh.
Doubles the... Wow. Earth says Hertz doubles the price if you're under 25.
Kenji says Enterprise won't let you.
Yeah. It sucked, because there's been times we had to rent cars.
There were times I was 25 and you were 24, we had to rent cars.
Mm-hmm. The great thing about aging is that eventually you age into the age you need. If you need any other philosophical things said, you just let me know. But once you're 25, you avoid that fee. It's great. That's a good thing about you getting older. 20. Let's see. 3 months from Don Whitehorse 23, who says, "Boop." We got 12 months from Toon, who says, "Whoa, I have a number now." Anyway, fun news. I have a lot more free time. Vibe needing news. I feel like trash and need to go get a test. Anyway, it's going to be nice watching Breakfast Stream Live. Well, good vibes. Send those your way. And free time can be good. I mean, it can slowly drive you crazy a little bit, but at least at the beginning, having free time is it's a good thing. Enjoy your number. 18 months from Tired Psychopomp. Happy March. Hopefully this one shapes up to be less rough than 2020.
I hope so.
I think so. I mean, the other thing is that we just know a lot more a year later, and I think that's helpful. And hey, you know what happens in March?
It's your birthday.
Yes, it is.
You know who else's birthday it is? There's a lot of birthdays in March.
Yeah, there's actually a ton. A lot.
In my TED
Most
show,
of our friends.
I put all of the birthdays in. April has the most, and then March.
There's so many other people we know that were born in March.
Michael's birthday.
Austin, Nick, Chaz, Tom. Yeah,
Oh, this doesn't show.
it's a
me
lot of
easy.
birthdays. It's a lot of birthdays. Like I'm not sure. I haven't like charted it out.
Emmy.
Yeah, Emmy. Yeah, I haven't charted it out
I have.
because
What was that clank? That was me raising my phone and hitting the table with it.
this mouse slowly destroying your phone. I haven't charted it out, but I kind of suspect that we have like more of our personal friends are born in March than any other month.
April. My April list is longer.
Oh,
Because it's like me, Haley, Emil,
Carly.
Nicole, Carly. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's... Anyway, concentrated. Dan.
Dan.
Dan was born real close to your birthday. On your birthday. Or were you born on his?
I'm older. He was born on my birthday.
Is that how that works? Is that, that's how you decide this. Anyway, 30 months from LHMS 1704. Wow, can't believe it's been 30 months. How are you doing, grandparents? It's a solid 12 degrees Celsius where I live, aka 54 Fahrenheit, and it's amazing. I'm really getting the spring vibes now. Have a great day, love from Norway. It's funny that because 54 Fahrenheit is where we would start being like, oh boy.
That's what it's supposed to be all week.
I know, but that's like, oh boy.
We're into pollen season.
My mom dropped off the
Banana bread.
banana bread, and she noted about it. She was like, man, the pollen. And we were like, Meg says it's practically melting here. Yeah, 54 degrees is where 55 is where I'm like, okay, that's the last temperature where I really want to go outside. Everything lower than 55 is like, eh. And at 55, I got to put on like a jacket. But the flip side, of course, is that, you know, if it's 80, 85 Fahrenheit, I'm like, yeah, this is fine. It's cool.
I've
It's not
never
warm.
seen pollen like I do here.
We've got it.
Yeah.
We've got it.
I mean, I'm sure other parts of the Southeast have pollen just as bad.
We would love for you to sneeze. We would love for your eyes to just melt out of your skull.
It gets so thick. I've seen kids make snowballs of pollen.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. We want. You know that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark?
yeah,
It's just that when you walk outside.
in the summer.
Yeah. But it's pollen. 30 months from Tachi Gamer 96. It's been a while since I could come to a breakfast stream, but I still have to work in an hour, so, you know. For a little bit. That's something. 300 for man. Stephen talking about his preferred magic strategy. I like to go whack, whack, whack. A few minutes later. Bang, bang, bang. A few minutes after that. Wang, wang, wang. Hashtag, oh, grandpa. My preferred method, it doesn't matter what I'm doing really, is just be fast, be super aggressive and super fast. That's how I like to play Magic. Mono red, just
I saw a card combination the other day that was a crab that was like, spend 1 blue to tap the card or something, and it was like a way to make this crab card just tap and untap, so they called it the Crab Rave. Because it would just rotate back and forth.
I realize though that mentality is not just Magic, because when I've been playing Slay the Spire, to an extent, you kind of have to go where the cards lead you, because whatever you get, you kind of have to follow that path. But if I have the choice, 9 times out of 10, I just go for the most aggressive route. I'm like, what gives me a lot of power quick? And that's just the way I like to play those games. I think it's a lot of fun. 6 months from JMac0064. 6 months. Woo! 26 months from Ange Min, who says, good morning, everyone, and happy birthday month, Steven. Thank you. Thank you. I got 18 days. When's my birthday fall this month?
What day of the week?
Saturday? I think a Saturday.
Yes.
Neat. Well, we won't be on stream for my birthday, but we'll be on stream the day before. It's the day before, it's Friday. 6 months from Starbloom Face is 6 months. 6 months of fun and laughs. I hope both of you are doing good, and Kepler as well. Yeah.
He's sleeping.
He's a snoozy boy, but
He's on my lap, and I have the blanket over him. His ears weren't pink before, and I touched them, and they were so cold. Then I put the blanket over him, and now he's warm.
Fair.
He's very happy.
Oh man, that's right. Mac reminded me. Last year was a Friday, and it was the Animal Crossing launch.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes, Disco and Lee is tonight. Just so folks know. And it is at 9 p.m. Eastern. I remembered. I don't often remember that, but yeah. Join me and Jared and Tom and John, and then Dan in hiding in the shadows, controlling all of us as puppets. And then also, have we in that?
I don't think you have.
Okay. There might be a special guest. I don't know. Speak of Satan himself. Was Jules waiting for that? Just waiting in case we talked about Disco and Lee to be like, monkey. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, again, that's 9 p.m. Eastern, which is, you've been waiting for... Now that doesn't seem entirely true. I spoke to you last night. You were talking about things other than, guys, I can't talk right now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to post this monkey emote. 5 months. From Kayak 1099. Appreciate it. 4 months from GameKin92. Hi, Steven Amell. Finally, my first sub. Love the content you make. Do you have a dream code for your islands? I'm really curious what they look like now. Stay well and stay healthy. You don't want to go to my island. There are weeds and holes. Just random holes. Yeah, we don't. Neither of us have dream codes for. Did you ever have a dream code? Or no?
I got one, and it was right around the time I sort of stopped playing because of trying to get stuff done.
I think that.
But I need to check it.
Thank you, Brandon. I think at some point I'll probably pick up the game again, but I'm not sure exactly when that'll be. Right now, I'm only picking it up when one of our friends has made an update.
Yeah.
I say one of our friends like it's anyone other than Haley. When Haley makes an update and wants to show off our island again, then we'll make a video. But at some point, I'd like to pick it up and do stuff with it again. I just haven't. But yeah, there's no there's nothing to show. There's nothing to show, unfortunately. Yeah, the Mario update's cool. Those pipes, man.
Yeah.
Those pipes. Such a cool idea.
Yeah.
I also saw a little video, I'm sure some of you probably saw it on social media. Someone was ready for this update with the Mario stuff and recreated Rainbow Road. And it's cool.
I did not
It's
see
really
that.
cool. They have the thwomps and the coins and the power-ups. And it's just a short little 30-second video where they run the track. But it's really neat. It's really, really cool. Someone had been planning that.
Yeah.
27 months from the Great Ass Fairy says, good morning, everyone. Hope you're all well. Can I get some good vibes from my friend Mark, who's been having a hard time lately? Lots of love to y'all. Yeah. I was saying some good vibes to Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Hope things turn around for Mark. 6 months from Doodlebrog, who says, wow, half a year already. Can I get a one-handed clap for that? If that's not doable, how about an early breakfast stream throwback? The Law and Order, boom, boom. Remember those? Hope you guys have a great day. Yeah, we used to do that for 6 months. Because the pluses used to be boom. And then people started hitting 12 months. And then people started hitting 24 months.
Kepler, you're snoring.
He does that. He's a snore boy. You know what he does? He farts.
Well, I don't normally get him on my lap. During the day, you do.
He spends a lot of time in my lap in the day while I'm working. And there's just times he's asleep and just... It's so putrid. It's really off. And there's like no indication that it happens.
Until you smell it?
Yeah, it's just... There's no sound. Now I'm thinking about how the sound is formed. It's not something we have to discuss, but now I'm like, that makes sense why there's no sound. Anyway. I think it's the flapping of the 18 months from Punxsutawney Don says, apparently now I'm twice your mom with the new twins. Congrats on 18 months. Thank you. I hope you're all enjoying your morning meals here on Breakfast Stream. Listen, people know people know why they're here. 14 months from Keldeo60. Thank you. 7 months from Jules Croissant. 18 months with A.X. 18 months. I want a cat this time. Time to listen to Crunch with grandparents like a podcast at work. Happy March. Yeah, get a cat this time.
Cats are great.
Cats are great. Cats are great. Not for everybody.
Yeah.
Some people are allergic to cats. Some people are allergic, but manageable. 2 months from Aspiring Writer 95. Good morning, grandparents in chat. I'm turning that gift sub I was given into a recurring sub. I've also been meaning to sub for a while. Anyways, good vibes to everyone, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you. It's been a busy week. Already.
It's only Tuesday.
It's been a busy week already. It's been a busy week already, and there's so much more left to do. That's a reminder, patrons. I'll have a new Patreon video out today. So that's exciting. That's my big. I have a big thing like every day. Like I got to work on this or I got to work on this, and that's the thing that I'll be working on today.
Yeah.
Yeah, February was busier than I expected. I think part of it, and there's a lot of different reasons for it, but part of it is because we moved to releasing even more stuff. Because we were releasing Extra Life, and then it's like, oh, well, we're going to do Bowser's Fury. And then people were like, oh, but you can't stop releasing Extra Life. And we're like, okay. So then we just released both. So, yeah, we put out a lot of stuff in February. Yeah. I remember whenever I sent the message to Dan with the schedule, and he was like, that's a lot of videos. And I was like, mm-hmm. He's like, I have to make those. And I was like, you'll do great. And he did. So, morning, Sab.
Hi, Sab. I have Kepi. I tucked him in with a blanket.
He's very cute. Button Pikachu says there's still 8 more Extra Life videos. So I thought that there was 30. There's 28. I was convinced in my head that we had done 30 games on Extra Life, but I have all of the videos now from Dan, and there's 28. And I was like, okay, it must have been 28. Because I looked through them, and it didn't seem like there were any missing. So, yeah. Next year, though, I'm going to be honest, I don't know. It was so efficient. Extra Life was so efficient this year. I don't know how many more we could.
How many more efficient can we be, Chaz?
How many more efficient? 1 efficient? 2 efficient? Chaz can find a way.
Oh, it's okay.
I mean, everything ran like clockwork, and then also, you know, like Jeff was running up the stairs to grab the game, so everything was just ready. So it was extremely efficient. So I'm hopeful to see what we could pull off this year. Actually, not to talk about this like to a big extent, but we actually had a conversation recently with the development coordinator of the hospital. That was last week. We just had a chat about things and how they went last year. And she thanked us, thanked all of you, and just said it was just really, really incredible. I don't know if you guys realize this, but like, Extra Life is it's obviously a very big deal for the hospital, but like for what this event is, like the specific event that we've put on, it's pretty big, like for a small team like us, because in the top 10 for last year, we placed, I think, 5th. So we were 5th in the, is it a national thing or a global thing? I don't know.
It's global.
Anyway, we placed 5th. But like all of the other folks on there are corporations. I think maybe except for one.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, we placed 5th, but the ones above us are like
Wizards of the Coast.
Wizards of the Coast. And actually, Wizards of the Coast had their stuff broken up into multiple things, because there was like Wizards of the Coast and D&D and Magic the Gathering. So like, there's all these different companies. So like, when it's just some people playing Wii games in the midst of giant corporations, you know, it's a weird feeling. It's like, okay, so something's going right. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I wanted to say thank you all again, because that sort of thing's really incredible. Yeah. And Rooster. Yeah, I mean, Rooster Teeth. But also Rooster Teeth. You know what I mean? Like, some of these things are big. Some of these things are big. And like, we're not even that big. You know what I mean? I think that's the other thing, is like, there's so many people on Twitch and YouTube and all these places. They're way, 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 way bigger than we are. But it doesn't matter, because you're all just like, you know what? No, let's play some games. Let's play some Wii games. Anyway, I just wanted to share that, because that sort of thing makes me really proud of the community. I'm like, I can't believe it. Like, we're just some folks playing some Wii games, and like we're up at the party with Wizards of the Coast. We're like, hey guys, how's it going? And they're like, what are you doing here? And we're like, we're just playing I Love Horses. Do you guys love horses? Because we love horses.
What was the Elmo game?
We're going to play some Elmo here soon.
Top model. Busy Scissors.
Imagine party babies. Whew. Anyway, Extra Life is happening again this year, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. Anyway, all right, moving on. And I haven't forgotten about the dream. I'll tell you about the dream. 200 bits of Magic Lover 101. Thank you. 22 months from We Win. It says 22 months of enjoyment in the morning before I go to work. Will be lurking as I get ready for work. Thank you for all the shenanigans that I love to listen to before my teaching day begins. Good vibes. I appreciate that. I hope your day at work goes well. 14 months from VCR-san says, oh hey, 14 months. Can't wait for Disc Only after catching up from Friday's pod. I'm looking forward to Disc Only. I had a chance to talk to, I guess to an extent, everyone from Disc Only yesterday. There's a little mini meeting about Coliseum. There's no information to share like publicly, just the fact that we had a meeting. So it's in the stages of being formed. And it's exciting to talk to everybody again. Everyone's really excited for the event. And it's a good event. It's a good event. MC took notes in that as well. I mean, basically, yes. Yeah, it's happening. Yeah, the only thing to announce is that, and that's been said before, the event is happening. It's digital again this year because it's still not quite safe and reasonable to get everyone together.
Traveling to be in a house together.
Yeah, but the good news is it's happening. So get excited. There's some fun ideas. 25 months from Min Panda 33. Thanks for all the good times, Stephen and Mao. You are the best internet grandparents. Thank you. I'm not sure what other internet grandparents there are, but they're probably out there. But I'm glad to know we're the best. 8 months from Nunshoes. I just want everyone to know that I'm stockpiling my channel points for chaos reasons. There's a few people that are doing that, and it's actually exciting because at any moment they can shift things
Yeah.
to their whim. I don't want to call anyone out that's like stockpiling them, but I'm fairly certain I know some names. Oh, this is exciting. So Kayla Chris says 45,000. Armor Fog's at 21,000. 41,000. Yeah. So some folks have a lot. 28K. 46K. Oh, some folks were really high. A lot of people dumped them into hot cocoa. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, there's I was, but then you threatened to take hot chocolate. We were going to take hot chocolate away. I saw some people this morning that were confused that hot chocolate was gone. I was like, we never said that we weren't getting rid of hot chocolate. That is not something that we said. We knew we were getting rid of hot chocolate. The only thing I said is that if hot chocolate were in the lead, we would do something special with that, and we did. Because we had no plans on doing the hot chocolate mug.
You're so sleepy.
50K?
So sleepy. You want to snuggle up here?
Yeah, that's a lot.
You want to snuggle up in my arms?
Coffee!
No, you don't.
Because at that point, you start to get into, like, you can dramatically shift things.
There we go.
But I mean, it's exciting.
There we go.
Hey, Anthony Bell, thank you. Got 5 milk bombs. Thanks, Anthony. Little Unicus, Salabama, Quick Platypus 1, following 1,000, and Charlie Neo. Appreciate it. Thank you for that generosity. We got 14 months from Retro Remedies. It says, no idea what to type, so I will let InspireBot do it. If someone tells you that you can't exterminate a dream, deal with it. Also, shout out to InspireBot. It's a good website. It's a good place to spend your time. 13 months from T-Mug Celeste, who says, yay, lucky 13. 25 months from Darbicus, who says, good vibes. Did I stumble into an 8-bit drummer stream? Sometimes.
You go after Tom.
I go after Tom. 22 months from Destin Lee says, hey, 22 months. I'm almost at 2 years of subbing to the best internet grandparents. Question time. I saw you got it in a mail video. Have you thought of watching My Hero Academia? It's my comfort series, and I think you would like it. There's been a lot of folks that have recommended it. I've heard good things about it. Right now, we are still watching, and we are watching this. It's just the slowest that anyone has ever watched a show. We're still watching
Fruits Basket.
Fruits Basket. Mm-hmm. I couldn't remember the name of the show, and left to my own devices, I would have been like, Zodiac Animal Show, which is still accurate. We're watching like 1 episode a week. It's going slow. But we are watching it. We also watched. I never wrote a review for it.
For our movie on Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, you can write it today.
Yeah. On Sunday, it was my turn to pick the movie, and I picked Wreck-It Ralph. Because I've got all of these really heavy movies on my list.
That are long.
Well...
Wasn't there one that was 3 hours?
Yeah, there's a lot of... It's not about length, it's about, like, substance. But yeah, there was a lot of long, heavy films, and on Sunday I just wasn't in the mood to watch one of those. So I was like, let's watch Wreck-It Ralph, because we watched Sonic last week, and I was like, I'm in the mood for something like that. Wreck-It Ralph was really good! It was really good. I mean, of course it was. Had all of the polish of a Disney film, because it was a Disney film. But it was really good. The only complaint, and this is like super nitpicky because the movie is exceptionally good, is that there wasn't enough video game stuff. All the video game stuff's in the first half. And then the second half of the movie just takes place entirely in Sugar Rush. And it just feels like the second half of the film is about Candyland. That's my only complaint. Every other part of the movie is just really, really good. So, and apparently there's a sequel, so
yeah,
maybe at some point we'll see that. Alright, 23 months from Sudbite, who says, for breakfast this morning, I'm eating a bunch of Scrabble tiles. My next trip to the bathroom is going to spell disaster. That's very talented. If you can eat them and spell words. It's less exciting, I guess, if you eat only just the ones that spell disaster. Raisin toast, Darbicus is off to work. Darbicus, thank you. Hope you have a good day at work.
I want Waffle House.
Maybe pick up some Waffle House on the way home from work. We were joking about Waffle House on Saturday.
Yeah.
We were talking about someone that had experienced either IHOP or Waffle House, but never the other, and had never had either waffles or pancakes or the other. So they go to IHOP for the first time, and they're like, "Man, these divotless waffles are great." Or they go to Waffle House, and they're like, "These pancakes with divots are strange, but they're good." Conversation was funnier when you were there. Smooth waffles. Ooh, that's a good name. Give me a stack of smooth waffles. It was funny.
You have a little coffee left.
10 points to Joel. 500 bits from Gamer Girl, who says, "I just dropped off my Dalmatian Jasper to get a recheck on his ear infection. Can I get good vibes that it goes well?" Yeah, good vibes. Yeah, I've been down the ear infection road so much, and I hate it, and I can't imagine how difficult it must be for an animal because you can't explain to them.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, absolutely. Good vibes. I hope that all goes well and gets all cleared up. Also 500 from Newcomer Approaching. "I have some really good news. I got the job I wanted and will no longer be working retail." Nice!
Congratulations.
Congrats! That is good news. Cool. Glad to hear about good things happening. 300 bits from Subaki Paradox. "Hey grandparents, I've been catching up on a ton of content since dropping off back in 2015, and dang, it's been a riot. Mega poggers to Chaz for making Broken Picture Phone. Also shout out to Chromio's Lost on the Way Home. It's taken over my Spotify." I'm glad you're catching up. There's been a lot since 2015. But the cool thing is, there's so much you just like pick and choose whatever you want to see. I continue to believe in my heart that Broken Picture Phone is the funniest thing that we make. I really do. If anyone is not watching Broken Picture Phone, they're absolutely missing out on what is the funniest stuff that we make. And there's like 20...
It's so much fun.
There's 20... I think there's like 25 episodes of it now. And it's so good. So good. Golf with Your Friends is good too. There's way more profanity in Golf with Your Friends. Broken Picture Phone, I mean, that's not a family series either, but at least you could maybe watch it with your kid and...
Maybe.
And explain.
We do have to try out the new feature. There's a new
Oh
feature.
yeah, that's right. Chaz added a new feature to Broken Picture Phone where it will create a starting phrase for you. And it's actually really good. It's actually really good. It adds a bunch of adjectives and nouns.
It's in beta testing right now.
It's in beta testing. It's in order to have a really good book, having a really ridiculous starting phrase is kind of key. Mm-hmm. Because you can just put like Blackbird, and you can play the game that way. But if you have it that's...
Are the AI phrases more or less insane than Alex?
Less insane, just as long, but less insane. The problem with Alex's... I say problem like it's a problem. The problem with Alex's phrases is that a lot of times they're not even like rooted in reality. You know, he just makes up like words and things like that. Like, and he uses proper nouns for things that he made up. Like cousin Cornash, please go get the sacrificial goat. And you know, Cousin Cornash, who is Cousin Cornash? That's not someone that's like on The Wire. Like, we don't know Cousin Cornash. We then have to try and figure out, like, who is Cousin Cornash? We have to decide for ourselves.
And draw it so
And then-
someone can guess it.
And then draw it. He's great.
Coffee.
He's great. And again, you thought it was right. No, that's not. No. Half the stuff Alex writes is not a reference. It's just he invented it right then, and then someone gets that phrase and they go, God. And they know immediately they got Alex's. Immediately. Anyway, if someone's listening right now and you've never watched Broken Picture Phone, please watch it. It is extremely funny. You can watch them in any order you want, which is probably one of the advantages, is you don't have to watch them like from the old ones forward, but you can. There's probably a few references that move around a little bit.
There's a few.
Anyway, 8 months from Ivar. It says, 8 months. After I graduated last month, I almost got a job, but the employment agency and the company I was going to work for couldn't agree for my contract, so sadly, I'm still jobless. Anyway, greetings from the Netherlands. Well, I hope that things work out soon. Sounds like you were close. It was close to working out. Hopefully something will happen very shortly then. 30 months from Bloops. It says, ooh, baby a triple. Finally catching one live because I finally went to bed before 3 a.m. for once, living that college life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I relate to that.
Yeah.
Back in college, I think I told the story actually pretty recently where I fell asleep in the shower every day. Every day. And it was only after I got out of college that I looked back and was like, that's insane. Every day I fell asleep in the shower. That's not a thing that's supposed to happen.
Do you remember being like 22 when you could stay up?
And just do things?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember doing some stuff that, like, in retrospect was probably dangerous in terms of, like, the amount, how little sleep I got. Because I would just go and just be like, yeah.
Just keep working.
No, it says, while you were showering? Yeah. Yeah. Every night I stayed up so late that...
I'd say it was probably a period of 2 weeks where that happened. Was it longer? You didn't tell me then.
Mallory, I fell asleep in the shower. When I say every day, I mean every day. Like my entire senior year, maybe my entire junior year as well. I fell asleep in the shower every single night. I took a shower every night before bed. And I would get into the shower, and I was so exhausted, I fell asleep standing up every shower. There were times where I fell into, like, the shower, like I would hit my head or whatever. There was at least one time where I fell out of the shower, and I was caught on the curtain. And there were a lot of times where I fell asleep and had no recollection of what I had already washed, so I had to, like, start over. And when I say that this was every day, this was every day. And it got to the point where it felt normal. It was like, oh, well, you just fall asleep in the shower. And it was after we got married that I thought back to that and I was like, that's not a thing that should happen, ever. But that's how tired I was. So anyway, please sleep. Please sleep. See, that maybe that's why I'm such an advocate now for, like, going to bed on time and getting rest, is because I think back to it, I was basically a walking zombie in college. I made sure to schedule all my classes for late. I didn't have any, I rarely had a class earlier than 2 p.m. because I just didn't want to deal with it. So anyway, 17 months from Platinum Pikachu. It says, I'm struggling to think of a witty message, so I'll just say farewell to the Mary-Kate and Ashley month and look forward to next month's plus. That's fair. 300 Bits from Shy says, Gen 4 is special to me because it got me back into Pokemon from Gen 1. My brother and I played through Diamond and Pearl. My brother and I played through Diamond together. We got my sister Pearl because she was curious, and I also got Platinum. The three of us would battle off each other. It was a good time. Yeah, that's a sort of best case situation for Pokemon, I think. Where you got other people in the household that are playing it along with you.
Yeah.
Because those games are designed for interaction, for battling and for trading and stuff. That's literally what the Pokemon series wants you to do. 28 months from Rachel, from I Spy Moose, thank you. 4 months from Yoshina-san 9, I've officially lived in Kansas City for half a year and got a raise this past week. My paychecks will be increased at the start of April. Much love and stay safe. Nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
That's a good little start to March. 8 months from Cybersnake, who says, didn't realize this auto-renewed. It has now been 1 year of the current times. Why is it March again? It's a fast year. It's a fast year. I think 2021 is going to slow down.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a little bit. I think it's probably going to be summer before I feel like we're gently applying the brakes. But we will gently apply the brakes. We'll get there. 300 bits from Pink Matima says, hello grandparents, just wanted to request some of the famous good vibes for my kitty tomorrow, who has dental surgery and will get most of his teeth removed. Good vibes. Good vibes. I've known actually a few other cats that have had similar situations.
I think Carly's cat has had a lot of teeth removed.
And it's one of those things that it's unfortunate for the cat, but the cat can still live a healthy life, and
It's needed.
yeah, and that's the other thing is that it sometimes you just have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
When you get it's the interesting things about cats, unless you know very much their family history, which is often rare.
Yeah.
You just don't know, what sort of health issues that they're going to run into, and sometimes getting teeth removed is actually just one of the things that happens. So, good vibes to Kitty, and I'm sure Kitty will come out on top and be just fine. You'll just have an adjustment period as you learn exactly, what you need to do. But I think Kitty will be okay. 16 months from Noah, who says, walruses have a 16-month gestation period. Mal, you have the honor of naming my Twitch walrus.
I had a name because I saw this come through chat originally, and now it's gone. Let's go with Paul.
Paul.
Yeah.
Now, did you name the walrus after one of the Beatles?
I did, yes.
Okay, because I was like, if so, I get that reference. Also, chat, very quick to point out, Paulrus.
That's real good.
I am the Paulrus. Goo goo, good shoot. 4 months from Wolfley, 1513. 4 months, and yesterday was my birthday too. Thank you guys for everything you do here and for making every day brighter. You're welcome.
Happy birthday.
And happy birthday. 6 months from Mikey DCT. Thank you, Dan, for all your hard work. Shout out to Dan. Dan is not here.
Unless he is.
Unless he is. Sometimes he shows up in the mornings.
Yeah.
It's very rare. It's very rare. It used to be, from what I knew of our friends, that it would have been more rare for Jules to have been here. That's all shifted now. Now it's extremely rare for Dan to be here. Jules is here all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's because Jules stayed up too late, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, we sincerely appreciate Dan. The Jules shift. Well-known phenomena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to all of the stuff that we have planned this year, and I know that Dan can handle it. And Dan has done so much behind the scenes, man. Like he's always making sure stuff gets done on time. I don't think we've ever once had to delay a video because Dan couldn't get it done. I don't think that's ever happened. He's always on time with stuff. If things get delayed, it's because of me. Jules is shifting out of reality. Well, that's a different problem. 12 months. Hey. Poke Emblem 7. Congrats on your one. We got 2 months from Slightly Ramen, who says, Yahaha. 10 months from Anthony Bell. 10 months. I didn't realize it's been that long, despite following for years. It sneaks up on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, folks just started hitting 30 months.
Yeah.
And, I'm like, how? That's impossible. That's too high. 300 from Shai says, Steven, when you do the podcast tonight, I want you to blow Jared's mind by telling him there's a loop function on YouTube. You blew my mind. There's a loop function on YouTube? That's neat. I know that you can press the number keys and it'll take you to the corresponding parts of the video. So like the 1 through 9 or 1 through 0, there's, if you divide the video's timeline into, every 10%, you can click them and it'll do it. Right click on a video and loop will appear. Huh. Neat. I almost wonder if that's them putting in the functionality. There's a feature coming to YouTube. It's clips. Clips, like the same sort of thing that you'd get on Twitch. Clips are coming to YouTube. I get an email about it. And it's not just live stuff. It's going to be for on-demand videos. So they're probably rolling that out, and loop functionality is probably somehow related to that.
Coffee.
So, yeah. In the future, there won't be memorable moments. People will just make memorable moments. You'll be able to find a funny part in a Let's Play video and make your own memorable moment. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but we'll see what happens. Empire Builder 19 gives a sub to Vicious Zero. 26 months from Shaman. We got 800 bits from Amaranth. I appreciate it. No message, but appreciate the cheer. 7 months from Cody. Here's the 7 months of toast and wild breathing. Thank you, grandparents. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Was that Kepler's stomach?
I don't know. I'm not sure. He just makes noises. Loops has been around since 2018. What? Okay. Maybe it wasn't for this feature. Or maybe they're making the feature because the loops already existed. I don't know. I just know that's something that they're working on. But also sometimes, maybe even more than sometimes, YouTube announces something and then it never happens. There used to be plans to enable multiple video streams until Peggy came
And said no.
and destroyed everything. That's from Ryan, who says, "It's Tuesday. Have Peggy." Yeah,
Like past the potato, the hot potato, but it's Peggy. You get Peggy now.
I think Peggy's the reason why they decided not to have that feature. Destroy the infrastructure. There used to be they had started to test it out, where when you were watching a video, they allowed you to on the back end. I guess you uploaded multiple videos that were all in sync, and then while you were watching it, there was a button and you could change which
Camera.
which camera you were using. I loved it. I loved the feature. I requested access because it was like in beta, and I never got access to the beta. But I thought it would have been super cool because imagine Mao and I playing like a custom Minecraft map, and you can just choose who to watch. You can either choose one, the other, or split screen.
Because I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. Arian points out that we did it in Left 4 Dead. So we did something like that, but it was not the way it was intended. I thought outside the box, and I made it work. There was a feature, I think it might still exist, for 3D glasses. And for 3D glasses, one of the things that you could do is you could make this super wide video, and you could make it where the frames overlapped, so it would be three-dimensional. That was the purpose. I was like, I have an idea. So me and Mao played Left 4 Dead. We recorded both of our screens. I put them side by side, and one of the features in 3D was that you could choose just left eye or right eye. So that's what I did. So I actually got access to the feature sort of through this janky method, and I uploaded it. And I don't even know if that still works now. They may have removed the functionality to make it even work. But it was a way that I could post it and be like, this is a cool idea. I would love to have access to this feature. And they never did. And now I don't think they will. Anyway, if they ever did, I think that'd be super cool. Super cool. It wouldn't take away, like when we do like GTA 5, there's no way that we would just upload all of the footage of GTA 5 and let people choose their own thing, because something like that needs to be curated. It needs to be edited. But if it's something like Minecraft where there's largely no cuts...
Jules said it would have been sick for Among Us.
Yes! Yes, that's a perfect example. Something where you're going to watch the entirety of something with no cuts, and seeing other people's perspectives would be perfect. That is literally exactly what the best case scenario for it would have been. When they were advertising it, the way they did it is it was a concert. It was a music concert, and they shot it with a bunch of different angles. That's also a really good use of it. And that's how they showed it off, but my first thought was gaming videos. I was like, this would be perfect if you could let the audience choose who to watch. And then they didn't do anything with it. I'm so mad. Because they could have figured it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, where were we? Yeah, here, have some beans. It's time. I should run the beans. 3 months from Mr. Mayor, who says, is it too early for Pi Day hype? No. I mean, a little bit. Yeah, actually.
12 days.
It's a little early. A little bit early. Those beans are not updated, by the way. Those are still, those are the February beans. Beans will get updated today. Typically, I update beans at the same time as I do the Patreon video.
Yeah.
So they'll be updated. They're stale beans. Stale beans. There'll be fresh beans on Thursday. Get ready for the fresh beans. 18 months from CuriCat CDXX. Hey guys, 18 months. Yay! Thank you for all you do. I was late this morning. Did you present the new merch yet? We did. For anyone that came in late, this is the new Artist Series shirt. This is the Your Mom shirt from Passerby. It's available now on Steven Shop, and then also there's a version without the text if you don't want the text on there. And then also, we introduced 3 new mugs this morning for Team Coffee, Tea, and Hot Chocolate. And
hot chocolate is limited time.
Hot chocolate is just till the end of March. We have to have a cutoff date. Just till the end of March, and then the Artist Series stuff is March and April. So we'll have another Artist Series starting in May. Yeah. And that's all the stuff that was announced today. It's exciting. We'll be getting the coffee and the tea mugs, and maybe hot chocolate here shortly, but we don't have them. We don't have physical versions to show you quite yet.
Yeah.
500 bits from Radio Dread says Happy Tuesday and Happy March. What are the odds?
We just talked about this.
We did? We had a conversation about this.
You did. You said something, and I was like, "That's not today."
Because it's like beware the Ides of March. Tom says 15th. March 15th? Yeah. Is Ides just mean the middle of the month? Is that just what that word means? Because I didn't know that. That's neat. That's a cool word for... We had a conversation about this. You did is some great shade. Oof. Welcome to my daily life. I haven't forgotten about the dream. 350 bits from James CP says smooth waffles and whole pancakes. Whole pancakes is good. They're not like quite holes, but they're like... I mean, they're technically holes.
Divots?
Yeah, but the hole... Okay, think about it this way. When you dig a hole in the ground, that's a hole. It doesn't go to the other side because it'd have to go to the other side of the earth, but it still counts as a hole, so...
When you're talking about objects, holes tend to be all the way through.
So you would say that this mug doesn't have a hole.
It does. Right here.
Oh. Dented? Pit. Ooh.
Pitted pancakes.
Pitted pancakes. That one's good too. Pitted pancakes. Now I'm imagining Jack with some pancakes and then saying, let's open up this pancake, and then proceeds to make tiny little holes to turn the pancake into a waffle. That's a very, it's a very long joke. It's not very good, but I was willing to go there. 25 months from Halaloth. Right, Stan? Thank you, Sam. Let's open up this pancake. "25 months from Halaloth." Says, can't think of much to say. So good vibes to the two of you and everyone in chat. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. 18 months from Furious Kitty, who says, done installing my new monitor and cable managing my desk. My neck hurts now, but I can enjoy you guys in 1440p. Mal, I love your hair.
Thank you.
It's getting long.
I need to trim the ends.
Well,
Badly.
It looks good. Remember, anytime you dislike your hair, just look at mine.
I know. It looks fine today.
Chaz, she's on a roll.
It's not as frizzy.
On a roll.
It was real
Gracious.
frizzy yesterday. It was real bad.
You mean real good. It was real good. Also, nice. 1440p monitor is nice. At some point in the future, I don't know when. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A dude brought up, do we even stream in 1440? You can't stream above 1080 on Twitch. I would love that if they would do that. I'd love if they would do that. Because I would love the opportunity to stream in something higher.
I think there's a Kepler hair around my nose and it's tickling.
But until then, it'll still probably look better, actually. There's probably some level of upscaling and sharpening that's happening on the monitor, so it'll probably still look better. 21 months from Epic DXX. Thank you. 300 bits from Goldmage. Stephen, please explain to your grandkids in a family-friendly and not at all horrifying manner. Cousin Cornash, I thirst. Cut me off a slice of that goat. You can't, I can't explain that.
Only Alex.
Only Alex can explain that. One of my favorite things is that Alex has had all of these like bizarre phrases over the few years that we've done Broken Picture Phone. And whenever we released the Broken Picture Phone recently, where he created all of the
prompts.
Mm-hmm. Some of them he actually brought back that he had posted before, and he called them his greatest hits. And I'm the one that got that I had to draw Cousin Cornash, I thirst, cut me off a slice of that goat. And I actually think I did pretty good. I think I did all right. 500 bits from Retro Remedies. I've had a banger idea, a Broken Picture Phone in the Runaway Guys Coliseum. People donate to mess with people's drawing skills. It would be so chaotic and funny. It wouldn't work. And it's the only reason it wouldn't work, and people don't know this, is that Broken Picture Phone episodes take 3+ hours to make. So we couldn't have a segment that goes on for quite that long.
There was one time Emil joined us and he didn't realize how long they take.
They're really long, because when we present them, it's only the final products. It's like 30 minutes, and we look through all the pictures and laugh. But what people don't know is that we're drawing for 3 to 4 hours. I mean, it's just really, really long. We try not to go for 4 hours.
Yeah.
But once you add, it's like 8 to 10 people takes about 3 hours. The minute that you add another person, it starts increasing exponentially because you're adding so many other things. So it's fun. It's fun. It's just, it takes a long time. 14 months from Ghosty Toasty. Let's get some good vibes for all the students. Had a project due Sunday, finished the video and left it to process. My computer crashed and deleted the file 5 minutes before it was due. Redid the project in 20 minutes and hope my professor will still grade it. Oof. Hopefully everything's fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully everything's fine. I had a weird thing happen to me yesterday where I was working in Photoshop, and all of a sudden it came up and it was like, do you want to save this before you close it? Or do you want to save this before you quit Photoshop? And I was like, I didn't quit Photoshop. And I was like, I guess, save. Next one. Save. And then Photoshop just quit. And I was like, the crap? I go to reopen it, and I got logged out of Creative Cloud. Why? No idea. It's never happened before. And I've been using Creative Cloud now for years. But whenever I went to open it, it was like, you need to log in. And I was like, oh. Sorry, Ted, that was me. Yeah, oh, did you get logged out? It must have been like a server-wide thing or whatever.
I didn't get logged out.
Oh, you didn't get logged out?
Mm-mm. Although I can't remember the last time I opened Photoshop. It was before I started this painting.
Well, then you might be logged out. You don't know if you go to open it up and it doesn't work. Huh. Yeah, maybe some sort of security thing. Well, it makes me feel a little bit better to hear that other people were getting logged out too. It was just bizarre because, you know, I've used Creative Cloud now for many, many years, and that's never happened. I mean, it happens if you try to log in on a third device, because you get two devices. Mm-hmm. If you go to log in on a third device, it'll let you, but it will say, hey, we're going to log you out of the other stuff, and then you're just like, okay, it's fine. But we don't have to do that because, like, we have mouse computer, my computer, and that's it. So this is weird. 300 bits from Veronique Magique. Says, I'm glad to have caught a bit of the stream for once because of a break in my teaching schedule. 10:30 is an inconvenient time for a teacher.
Yeah.
P.S. It's Veronique Magic.
Coffee.
I will try to do better. It is fun to say though, Veronique Magique, but apparently it's Veronique Magic. I'll try to commit that to memory. And yeah, it's not a
No.
wonderful teacher time.
I think I had to be in at 7:30. 7?
Yep.
Because I had morning duty. School started at 7:50.
Yep.
Yeah.
Frank says, but you butcher the French. Correct. Yes, I am very, let's say, talented at that.
At butchering?
Yes, at butchering.
Words, yeah.
Unfortunately. Furious Kitty gifted a sub to Silent Companion. We got a sub from WhoDatBoy88. Welcome. 22 months from Xenoblade Fanatics. Is 22 months. Yes. 30 bits from Throwdown. Y'all remember the time when you could play Snake while the YouTube video buffered? Yeah. They also had Snake on Google or something.
Yeah.
Somehow. I'm not sure exactly what you did to make that work. But yeah, that seems familiar. I loved those little, like, Easter eggs. I think those sorts of things are really fun. 300 bits from LHMS, who says, guess who just came to my neighborhood? The ice cream truck. I want ice cream!
Where's our ice cream truck?
You can check in on our ice cream truck. It doesn't matter. They don't come here. So
it was nearby the other day.
It's always nearby. They never come into the neighborhood. They're never actually going to bring us ice cream.
They're not logged in yet. It's too early.
Oh, Fossix has got it right. That's right. Yeah. It was when you don't have internet, and it was on Chrome. That's right. We got an ice cream truck that's only ever nearby, but never in our neighborhood. So we hear it, and it drives us nuts. It's really upsetting. I'm starting to think that we're going to just buy some ice cream.
You
ourselves.
can check. Ours has an app, and you can see where they're at.
It's helpful because I mean it's technology. It's technology. They got the power now. What they need to do though, and they don't have this set up, is there needs to be a way to request the truck.
Yeah.
That's the next step. Because like seriously, you know, we've got a group of 30-year-olds in the driveway on Thursdays. We will buy ice cream, man. We'll buy several ice creams. You will make more money from this group of 30-year-olds than you would from like a bushel of children. So you should really stop in. But they don't know. That's why we need a special button where we're going to be like, hey, we've got some 30-year-olds. We are armed with money and cravings for ice cream. I don't know what the word for like lots of children is. So I said a bushel. That seemed right. A gaggle of kids. A gaggle of kids. Jules had a nightmare that he turned 30. Oh, it's coming soon.
Oh yeah. Can't stop it.
And then you'll live the nightmare. Everything just starts hurting overnight. It's just a hard line. 500 bits from Zeta Program. It says, feeling odd this week. Starting to feel more pessimistic than usual and some anxiety here and there, especially if I start thinking about the future. Some good vibes will help. Good vibes. Good vibes. I think everyone goes through periods of that.
Yeah.
For what it's worth. You know, certainly Mal, myself included, where you just start to like question things. But hopefully it is just a part of the roller coaster that is life. So I'm
blip.
Yeah, just a little valley. Is the the hill good or the valley good? Whichever. It's a metaphor. It literally doesn't matter. Either way, I hope that things start feeling better soon. 29 months from Jason Jennings. Hope all is well. Thanks for having us for 29 months. Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
It's been pretty good. Hope you and your family are doing well too. 6 months from Chris Jew 32. Appreciate it. 10 months from Nscab says, Morning.
Morning.
Ernie Bits from Shy says, Jack the paleontologist, also very well known amongst his colleagues for making a mean pancake. I mean, maybe. I have so much more to learn about Jack.
About everyone, really.
And really everyone.
Yeah.
I really, I don't actually know everyone all that well. There's probably some level of assumption that everyone like just knows each other super, super, super well. That's really not true. It's really not true. The amount of time that we've spent together physically in the same space is actually quite limited.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've met, Jules or Sab, it's probably on one hand.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gotten a chance to spend some periods of time together because of, things like Coliseum. Sab says we've met twice, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very minimal amount of time. It's one of those things that I think people, they see events like TRG Coliseum, they're like, man, look at all these people. They're all the best friends, and they know each other super well.
And they're all great people, and we have so much fun.
And, that's true, but
it's concentrated to...
But when you get down to it,
events.
there's just so much, I know, the person I know best out of all of TRG Coliseum, I mean, aside from Dan, because Dan is obviously, I know Dan the best, would be Emil.
Yeah.
And it's just because I've known Emil for 15 years, maybe longer, 16 years.
Maybe longer.
So I've known him for a long time, and we've had conversations for a long time, and we spend a lot of time together in person.
I think you know him longer than you've known me.
Yeah, I've known him longer than you.
Mm-hmm.
So after that though, there's a big drop off. There's a big drop off because I know John pretty well now.
Yeah.
But I'm only just starting to get to know John pretty well. We've had a few times where we've been together in person for the recordings. Like him and Tim, I've gotten a chance to know a little bit better because I've done some recording stuff with them. And Tom has been doing a lot more with Stephen and Friends.
Yeah.
So I know Tom pretty well.
Josh has been here a few times.
After Emil is probably Josh.
Yeah.
I probably know Josh most after Emil, just because he spent a fair bit of time here, and we know each other
Shared
really
hotel
well.
rooms for PAX.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But after Emil and Josh, then there starts to be a drop off because it's not that I don't like these people.
Yeah.
I love all of these people, but I haven't had enough time to really get to know everyone as much as I would like.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I lament losing the in-person event for Coliseum, is because I love the energy of being able to do an in-person event, sure, but then also this is a good chance to get to know these people better.
Everyone is really great.
Yeah.
We all have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know Jules has hair, and I think he plays, is it the mandolin? Is that what he plays, I think? And that's it. Those are the only things I know about Jules. In fact, if he was in a lineup, I'm not sure I would know which one he was. Is he tall? Is he short? I think he's pretty short. He's 4'2" or something. Anyway, looking forward to when we can all hang out again. I'm not short. I'm not sure when that's gonna. Did I say I'm not short?
You did.
I'm not short.
4'24".
You could say that. You could actually say that to people. I'm 4'24". Anyway, yeah, everyone's great. I love everyone. I look forward to getting a chance to know everyone a lot better, because there's still so much to learn. Because I'm sure also for as much of an enigma as folks are to us, we probably are to them.
Yeah.
You know, the people don't know us that well. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, just tell me you're 5'12". You round up. It's reasonable. That sounds fine. 303 bits for Pickletron with the 8-bit nom star rain. 300 from Ann, who says the Ides in the Roman calendar are approximately the middle of a month, usually the 15th or 13th, depending on the length of the month. The first day was called the Calends, which is where we got the word calendar. I feel like
calendar has 12 months.
I feel like I knew that at one point, but now I had forgotten. Also, well, I guess it's Rome, so they have a slightly different calendar, because I was like, 13th doesn't make any sense. There are no months that have 26 days.
They were still figuring out
They were
things.
figuring it out. They had a little to learn. They were refining that calendar. They figured it out. Good for them. 7 months from Plusonic says, 7 months already. This very day is when I last had my haircut. Since then, I have resisted the urge to have one. In addition, today is the day I'm older by a year. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. Congrats on going 7 months with no haircut. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. I've actually really enjoyed growing it out. I don't know that I'm going to keep it forever, but for the time that I have it, I've enjoyed it. There's been very little frustration, although there has been frustration. You know what I think my biggest frustration has been is when I lay my head down on the pillow at night, I have to like
move the hair.
Tell
me about it, Steven.
Tell
me what that's like.
That's something that I had never experienced because, you know, when I go to sleep, it's just like, meh. And now it's like, because it just, you get into bed and it just like, and then it tickles you and you wake up. So you have to lay down and then you have to like move it out of the way. It's weird. It's not something I'm used to. Hey, we got through alerts, so I'm going to tell you about this dream. I had a dream that someone from Runaway Guys Coliseum, I think it was Campy. Campy had asked me to mail these candies. It was like an assortment of candies. He's like, I need you to send these candies to my significant other. And I was like, okay. He's like, could you take these to the post office and mail these candies for me? And I was like, yeah, I can do it, no problem. And he said, perfect. He's like, because I gotta leave. And I was like, okay. So I go to the post office and I put the candies up on the thing, and the lady there is looking at it and boxes it up or whatever, and she's like, it'll be $201. And I was like, $201? And my first thought was like, that seems really high.
Was it like our post office lady?
It was Betsy DeVos. Oh. It's not an important detail, but it was 1000% Betsy DeVos. This is not this is not meant to spark a conversation, so please do not use this to spark a conversation. But that was who this was. Why? I have no idea. That it does not play into the story, but that was her face, and I only realized it after waking up and being like, that was Betsy DeVos. Anyway, she said it was going to cost $201. And I said, okay. And I realized that Campy hadn't given me any money. I had with me a folder. In the folder was just so many papers. I don't know what they were. I don't know if it was like our taxes or what. Paper clipped to one of the pieces of paper was a check folded in half that I had written for $100. This is really good music for this dream. And I had the check, and like I'm looking at it and I'm looking up at her, and she goes, "You cannot give me a check." And I go, "Oh." I open up my wallet. Inside my wallet is a ton of money. I mean, an insane amount of money to the point.
Counted the wallet close?
Yes. Just loaded with bills. All of the bills are Civil War bills. Now you're saying, wait, you must mean Confederate money. No. No, I do not mean Confederate money. I mean Civil War bills. Have you ever seen those infomercials where they're like, get the memorial coin for the Vietnam War? This was
money.
This was fake paper money, but it must have been real. Like, it must have at least been backed by the U.S. government in some way.
Legal tender.
It must have been legal tender, but it was like multicolored, and it was all bizarre, and it was all like Civil War money. It was all from an infomercial, but it was still legal tender. I was just loaded with all of this. And I opened up my wallet, and my first thought was, what is this?
To spend like a $27 bill.
The second part was, I have no idea what denominations these were because they didn't have numbers on them. So I'm looking, and I could tell I had a lot of some of them and less of some of them. And I'm like, and I'm looking up at Betsy DeVos, who is just standing there waiting for me to pay her. And I'm like, oh man. And she goes, this is taking too long. When she said that, we warped. We were no longer in a post office. We were at a flea market. She was now serving me on a $50 Costco folding table, and everything was dirt. So I'm looking, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? Because we're just gone. And as I'm looking around, we're at a flea market. It's just me and her. Everyone else in the post office is gone. The candy is still on the table, and I'm still looking through my wallet trying to figure out which Civil War currency I can pay with. So finally, I just pull out the entire wad of money, and I'm like fanning it out in front of her like I'm not sure what to pay with. She grabs me by the wrist and says, it's $201. And I'm like shaking because I'm like, I clearly don't know which is which. She reaches down and she pulls out of, like, in the middle of the pile, 2 100 Civil War dollar bills. And when she pulled them out, they had 100 written on them. And I'm like, it felt like a magic trick, which makes a lot of sense. And also the fanning makes sense because Mal and I have been watching so many gosh darn Penn and Teller videos recently, so this all makes sense. So I fanned out the thing, she pulled these out, and they're $100 Civil War bills. And then she grabs 2 of the ones that were on very top because it was $201. So she grabs those and she goes, it will be taken care of. And I just stared at her, and then the alarm went off. And I woke up with so many questions. My first thought was like,
what snack did you have last night? The banana bread.
There's so many questions as part of that entire dream. Was like, first off, why was there a fake currency? Why was it Civil War currency? Why was Betsy DeVos at the post office? Why did Campy want me to mail this candy? And then also, why was it $201? Why didn't Campy give me any money? Was it just understood that Campy would pay me back after I did that? I have no idea. But that was my dream. So yeah, when I was like, yeah, I had a really bizarre. Yeah, it was bizarre. It was totally bizarre. But again, the interesting thing about dreams is trying to decipher where they...
It will be taken care of.
Yeah, that was the last thing I heard. It will be taken care of. So, yeah, there's certain things that you can, like, pinpoint. Like, fanning out the money. Mm-hmm. Choosing one, like you choose a card. We've been watching a lot of card tricks on YouTube because they just keep coming up, and I'm not going to stop it. We go to the post office a lot, so the post office makes sense. I was just thinking about the flea market because there was a huge fire at the flea market a few days ago.
Weeks.
Was it a few weeks ago? So a few weeks ago, there was a huge fire at the flea market, and I remember thinking about it, be like, oh my god, I had so many childhood memories at that flea market. So that must have been also somewhere up there because it was the same flea market. I can't. There's some certain elements of this I cannot explain. But it was exciting. You never know. Campy makes sense because Campy was at the meeting last night. Yeah, why Betsy DeVos? Why Civil War money? No idea. No idea. Anyway, that was a dream.
See, there was an alligator in my dream, but yesterday we watched Can I Pet That Dog?
That makes sense. You know, of all of the parts of the dream, like recounting it, there's certainly parts that are wilder than others. But the one part that I remembered the most, for whatever reason, when I woke up was, man, she really grabbed my wrist hard. Like, that was the part that stuck out. Of all of the things, the first thing I remembered was like, why did she grab me so hard? It just felt really unprofessional.
Renee.
I want to pet that dog. So anyway, now you know. Now you know. 22 months from soccer gaming. Hi, Stephen Demau. I have a mock interview at my college today and wishing for good vibes, getting close to accomplishing my dream to be a health coach and wellness practitioner. Can't wait to graduate in May. Have a great day, guys. That's awesome. Good vibes.
Yeah.
I hope the mock interview goes well. That's a really cool, dream. Continue to pursue that, because that's just, it's really nice to hear. I mean, anytime anyone is like really passionate about something, and they really have something they want to accomplish, I love that just in general. But especially hearing about people that, you know, their career goals and things are just so much different than mine. I just love to hear about that sort of stuff. So it's a really cool goal. 6 months from J Brox, double plus. 18 months from Master Sword. 18 months, awesome. I don't have anything witty, so here is an owl fact. Barn owl feathers are super soft. This helps them to hunt silently, but they are not very waterproof, and they get soaked if it rains.
Oh.
But they're cool looking. I love owls. They're such a... Like, I'm not a big fan of birds. I'm really not. They're okay. But owls are different. I'm like, no, owls are neat. Owls are allowed. We can have an owl. Owls can stay around the house as long as they want.
We have great horned owls around.
Yep. Make the cool sounds.
Have not seen them, but definitely heard them.
Oh, they're not supposed to be seen. They're doing the stealth game, and they're doing it good. 350 bits of James CP. Mal dreams of an alligator. Steam dreams of reality warping Betsy DeVos. I guess so. And that was something I didn't. Again, her identity was not something that occurred to me in the dream. It wasn't like, oh, Betsy DeVos is working at the post office. It was after I woke up that I was like, that person was absolutely her. Why? I don't know. 300 bits from Furry Zoe. I once had a dream where zombies were trying to take over the world, and in order to do that, they needed my computer hacking skills. I have no such skills, so I have no idea why they needed me. Faster. Faster. Enhance. 145 bits from Waluigi Girl. Thank you. And 3 and 5 bits from Pickletron with the Jiggy Star Rain. Thank you, Pickletron. Brand says you were the best they had. Yeah, so they got to work with what they got. That's what they had. Man, okay, let's talk about things that are happening today.
Disc only tonight.
Disc only tonight. 9 p.m. Eastern. So stay tuned for that. If you are if you're one of my patrons, be on the lookout for a video that'll be out sometime before Disc only. Be working on that after the stream and getting that all ready. So that'll be out today. And then, for everybody, the shop... I hope I wake up in time to live. Jules? Really need you awake at 9. Although we rarely start on time. It's fine. I don't even care. Why would I care about starting on time? It's fine. Pikmin? Bowser's Fury's at 6. And then there might be a vlog. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Because I'm working on all sorts of different stuff, so it's fine. For what it's worth, I feel like largely an anomaly because we're very focused on like this is the time that the thing will begin, so it will begin at this time. And most other folks, especially on Twitch, it's more of a loose thing. And that's fine if the audience understands that, because the audience tends to understand that. They're like, well, you know, somewhere around this time. But when you approach life from my perspective, that feels extremely foreign. So I'm like, why aren't we starting? Chess says, and that's fine. He lied like a liar. Just a tiny lie. Little lie. 30 months from Fossix, who just says, disc. Fossix, thank you.
Kippies, are you awake now?
You awake?
He tired.
A little bit. 300 bits from Kyle Jensen. I don't remember who, but there was once someone who said the most boring thing you could do is explain your dreams to someone. After listening to Stephen explain his dreams, I could not disagree more.
Chaz has had some good dreams.
Dude, at some point, we'll have to have Chaz talk about his dreams. Maybe next time, like, we're in person on Breakfast Stream, he can share some of the stuff. Because, like, Chaz's dreams tend to make mine look tame. I mean, some of the stuff they're super out there. I always love hearing about Chaz's dreams. What do wizards dream? The bizarre stuff. I mean, just every tangent. Every once in a while, Chaz will send me a message and be like, okay, had a dream last night. Check this out. And it's just the craziest stuff. I'm like, what is happening? I think the thing that I'm jealous of with Chaz's dreams is that it really feels like it's like multiple acts. Like, because my dreams, some of them are crazy, but they're always like relatively short. It's just like, you know, I went to the post office, we warped to a flea market, what is happening? Chaz's is like, there's parts. It's like a full feature-length film. I'm jealous of that. I wish there was more to mine. 3 bits Pickletron, who reminds us, you talk after Tom. It's true. As long as I can remember that, I know that the show will be successful. It'll only do well if I remember to talk after Tom. 300 from Fossix, who says, meant to say this in the sub-message. I can't believe I've been in this wonderful community for 2.5 years. Thank you for all those years of entertainment. I've been staying up pretty late to finish work recently, so I usually don't wake up early enough for breakfast stream, but somehow managed to join today. Make sure that you take some time for you, because I know that you've been working hard. I know that you've had a lot going on. Fossix, we've appreciated your help for, I think, a majority of those 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you. I know everyone here appreciates you. Fossix is often in charge of making a lot of the Nightbot commands, and
keeping tally.
Yeah, if there's data, Fossix is largely in charge of data.
Polls.
And then also, I do believe that Fossix is actually the one who writes most of the titles for the Friday Breath of the Wild streams. I don't actually know what happens, because I just arrive and there's already a title. If anyone ever thinks that I write those titles, I don't write those titles. Fossix writes those titles. So if you've ever gotten a hearty chuckle off of one of our Zelda streams, that's because Fossix wrote it. So thank you for being here, Fossix. We appreciate you. And with that, it's a wholesome vibe to end on. Let's go ahead and say goodbye for now. I hope that you'll check out, I guess, some of the stuff that's coming out on the channels today.
Yep.
And then also, 9 p.m. Eastern. What's it called?
Disc only.
Disc only. Disc only. We will see you at 9 p.m. Get your smooth waffles ready. Hope everyone's got a smooth waffle at 9 p.m. for disc only. It'll be great.